Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween. Thanks for joining our weekly roundup on Chatting with Candice. Before we hop into the episode, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps with the algorithm. I'm in full costume. We're doing pirates this year, so right after I record, I'm going to go trick-or-treating with the littles. We have a bunch of really exciting new sponsors and affiliates below. Also, I launched a soft launch, a new company, and it's called Elos. It's a little homage to my past, and right now we're launching with body candles. They're very sensual. We have some limited editions coming soon. Join our newsletter and our mailing list so you don't miss a single thing that we're launching over there. There's some really cool stuff in the works, hopefully before the end of the year. But we're going to have orders ready right now. We have pre-orders ready to be taken, and we will be shipping mid-November, so you can get yourself or your lady a body candle before Christmas. They are amazing, all natural, non-toxic, no endocrine disruptors, and they're really unique, so I think you'll like them. And one of them, it's scented after moi. See if you can guess which one it is. Leave that in the comments below. I think that's all of our housekeeping, and we can start hopping into some topics. We've got some really good ones. We're going to start with the election. This week, we saw Donald Trump sit down for 3 hours with Joe Rogan, which amassed over 30 million views. It's probably much higher by the time that this is releasing. In just 2 days, this was the first time a presidential candidate sat with someone and conversed in front of the world for 3 hours. It's kind of how it was supposed to be, right? When we had the old Times Square and they would just stand up there all day. Let's get back to that. Off the cuff, unscripted. What about Kamala? Well, she only was going to ask for an hour because anything more than that, all of her script would run out and she wanted it somewhere else, so it could be controlled. So not a good sign. If you can't have a conversation with someone in front of the American people and the world, really, for 3 hours. I don't know if you're up for the job of president of the United States, but that's just me. What do you think? Yeah, she's saying it's scheduling issues. We also know it's timing. I'm going to be like super self-conscious. I got the wrong size in this, so I'm going to have to do some like chip clips later. Please don't censor me, YouTube. Rogan elaborated on Instagram with a list of requests from her team. This should be good. I don't think Kamala's doing the podcast. I don't think she's going to do any serious podcast. She's only going to go to places that are going to celebrate her, throw softballs, and aren't going to require her to use her brain. So this is a Joe Rogan tweet, or do you call it a tweet or an X? We'll say tweet still. Also, for the record, the Harris campaign has not passed on doing the podcast. They offered a date Tuesday, but I would have to travel to her, and they only wanted to do an hour. I strongly feel the best way to do it is in the studio in Austin. My sincere wish is just to have a nice conversation and get to know her as a human being. I really hope we can make it happen. Well, it looks like it's not going to happen. Democrats caught screaming at kids. Oh my gosh, I saw this awful person. I don't know the context. I wish that the context was put here. Maybe it's in this tweet. Let's check it out. I don't think it is, though. It's this young girl, and she's just screaming at this little toddler. What are you doing? Shout out to that lady that was just checked her and said, absolutely not. You need to back up. But she comes around and she does it again. And I guess context is really not important, because what is requiring you to scream at a small child that is not yours in their face like that? Lord help you if you do that to one of my babies. You can tell this is probably a liberal event, because nothing happened besides just trying to shoo her away. I don't think a conservative mama bear or papa bear would have been so nice. What else do we have? Oh, Tony Hinchcliffe is in a lot of trouble, which he's a comedian. I don't understand why everyone is taking this joke so seriously. I didn't think it was funny because I did not understand the trash issue in Puerto Rico. I go there once in a while for a vacation. I don't really know that many people that live there. Most people that I know that had houses there haven't been back since the hurricane. So I had no idea that getting rid of trash was such a big deal. So like, hence the joke. So when he said it, I didn't find it funny because I didn't understand the context. And the crowd really didn't either. I heard like there were some laughs from people that went, but if you just hear the overall reaction of even the crowd at Madison Square Garden, most people didn't think it was funny and just move on, right? It's not every joke is going to land, but I don't think he should be canceled over it or being called a racist. That's kind of silly, because it's neither of those things. Trump's closing remarks at the rally. Let's check it out.
The nation that we all love. We bleed the same blood, we share the same home, and we salute the same great American flag. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in, we will never give up, we will never, ever back down, and we will never, ever, ever, ever surrender.
He is a showman.
Together we will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win. We're going to win, win, win. November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make...
I keep saying this. I think him teaming up with RFK won him the election. I think that was the biggest pivot in the entire campaign. I love it. I think most moms are going to get behind that. Most parents are going to get behind that. And then you can easily get over the Trump derangement syndrome or not liking his personality or his tweets or his divisiveness. Like all of those things that people see as character flaws, I think people are very easy to forgive now that RFK and Tulsi are supporting and part of his team. Ballot boxes with completed votes have just been set on fire in Vancouver, Washington, and Portland, Oregon. This is crazy. You know what I don't understand? So this is in Washington State and in Oregon. Portland, Oregon, nonetheless. Who do you think those votes are for? You're burning votes that are almost entirely for Kamala. You idiots. This is why you couldn't make your little Chaz or Chop or whatever it was last more than a couple of weeks, because you lack a brain. This is crazy. All of those votes were for who you wanted to win. Right? Am I right? I've got to be. Kamala cringe. Awkward moment at a rally.
Okay, now I want each of you to shout your own name. Do that. Because it's about all of us. It's about all of us. And listen, I have fought my whole career to put the people first.
Their programming malfunctioned. That wasn't coded in. After Hinchcliffe's joke, Joe Biden decided to one-up him and call half of the United States trash.
Or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
Yikes. His eyes look so weird. Don't they look so weird? Like it's just a pupil. What I thought was the best clapback, though, is Trump showing up in a dump truck or like a garbage truck. He is a showman. There is no better showman. And then all of these people online started dressing up in garbage bags or posting them in, in trash cans. So, yeah, you know, you get offended that someone makes a joke about, you know, an island being trash, not the people, but the island. And then you call half the country trash. That makes sense. We definitely are the one taking the moral high ground here. Trump's reaction to Biden's video.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but I have breaking news for you, Mr. President. You may not have heard this. Just moments ago, Joe Biden stated that our supporters are garbage. Are garbage. He's talking about the Border Patrol. He's talking about nurses. He's talking about teachers. He's talking about everyday Americans who love their country and want to dream big again and support you, Mr. President. And I hope their campaign is about to apologize for what Joe Biden just said We are not garbage. We are patriots who love America. And thank you for running, Mr. President.
Wow. That's terrible. That's what it says. That's what it says. So you have, remember Hillary, she said deplorable, and then she said irredeemable, right? But she said deplorable, that didn't work out. Garbage, I think, is worse, right? But he doesn't know, you have to please forgive him. Please forgive him, for he not knoweth what he said.
I think he kind of means that.
These
I really
people,
think that he
terrible.
is probably more aware of his actual mental decline and probably diagnosis that most of us have not been privy to. So that was actually kind of sweet. Will Ferrell and Billy Eichner wearing loud white men for Kamala t-shirts and asking, would you have sex with a Trump supporter? Let's check that out. I like Will Ferrell too. This is disappointing.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I am back on the street with the one and only Will Ferrell, and we are out here today to represent a very important voting demographic, loud white men for Kamala Harris. So you ready, Will? Ah! Sir, we're loud white men for Kamala. Join the call.
Join the call.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, who are you voting for?
Kamala Harris.
Yes, exactly. Have you voted yet?
Mail-in ballot.
Oh, mail-in ballot, bitch! Miss, for $1, would you have sex with a Trump voter?
No.
Thank you. Sir, we're loud white men for Kamala. Join the call.
Yes.
Yes,
I support Kamala.
yes, that's not that loud, but louder?
Oh, louder.
Yes.
I support Kamala.
Louder!
I support Kamala.
Yeah! Miss, did you hear if Kamala wins, she's gonna make Buddy the Elf Secretary of Christmas?
That would be phenomenal.
Would you have sex with a Trump voter?
Ugh.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sir, loud white men for Kamala. Join the call. Go Kamala! Yeah! For $1, for $1, for $1. Who are you voting for? Yes, there you go. Yes, yes. Okay. I have to go. Yeah. Tell everyone in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania to vote for.
I can't. That's so gross. That's just so gross. Vivek Ramaswamy working as a garbage man. I did not see that, and I'm actually really excited. I love Vivek. He is also a great showman.
All right. Let's do it, man. I got it. You got it? Yeah. Tell me, what are we doing here?
Right up to the lift.
Okay. Right up to here.
Go up, turn around. Pretty much right there. Always lift the lid open.
Wait, is it on?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Lift open, and then what are we doing?
Pull them both out.
Pull them both out. Doing it right? Pull this one back too, or you good?
Yeah, you're good right now.
Sweet.
Wait for it to go all the way up.
It's pretty good machinery, actually. It kind of works. Should I pull it back again?
Nope, now just pull. This goes up.
Should I pull it?
Yeah, pull it out.
Pull it out?
Yep. Push it in and it'll come back out.
All right, man. Let's do it. Thank you. Looks pretty good. Yeah, the machinery's good. It's good machinery. I mean, it's like
He's great. The election has gone off the rails. I think so. What do you think? Oh, Donald Trump. I love his dance. He's like a sweet grandpa. Oh my gosh, I wasn't ready for this one. What is our recording time? Maybe we'll save it for something else. Oh, we're only at 20 minutes. This bug bite on the center of my head looks like someone punched me. It is a mosquito bite. And I have to deal with that on camera, and it's going to live on the internet forever. Topic of the week, we're going to talk about duty sex because it's relevant. And of course, a bunch of red pill people are throwing their hats in the ring and discussing why you, no matter what, owe your husband sex. So let's look at Andrew Wilson's tweets. Women say duty sex is bad. I agree. Leave her instead. No woman will ever be able to make a compelling argument for a man to stay in a sexless marriage. You don't have to be miserable because she says you do. Second tweet by this prolific thinker. Women keep talking about duty sex because they don't want to address why a man should stay in a sexless marriage. A woman doesn't need to sleep with her man. He just isn't going to stay or be faithful. And I understand exactly why. It's laughable to say otherwise. And here is Normie McDonald's clapback. These are the guys complaining about single moms, by the way. They tell you that single moms are the scourge of the earth while telling their sad followers to get out there and create more of them. Evil. There is so much wrong with this idea of duty sex, and a lot of it is on the extreme right. I have worked with people that was their take and that was their suggestion for fixing marriages. And I even got swept up in some of this, I don't know, a while ago. And I was like, oh, of course. And I was told, well, sex is the nutrition of the relationship. And if you're withholding that, it's essentially like you starving your child because you're punishing them for misbehaving. So you have to, no matter what, still have sex with your husband. Otherwise, the relationship doesn't stand a chance. You're going to starve it out. Now, there are two different angles that I kind of see when it comes to this topic of duty sex and the health of a relationship. And then we'll get into the hypocrisy that people like Andrew Wilson find themselves in. Yes, I think it's very important to have a healthy sex life in any relationship, including your marriage. I don't think it's right that if you don't sleep with your husband, especially for a long period of time, that if he does stray or wander, that you take that as a shock and punish him for that. Right? It is kind of expected. We need human contact. Now, if you're not having sex because you're tired, you don't feel like it, or he simply didn't take out the trash that day, or you're weaponizing it, that's not good and that's not healthy. If you look at it kind of like you feel similar in the way that you don't want to go to the gym. You're like, I'm tired. I don't want to go. But once you go, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to feel good and you're going to be glad that you did it. Then you should be probably dusting it off, getting some energy and proceeding. If, however, you're not having sex because you are fundamentally disconnected, you don't feel safe physically or emotionally, he's not showing up in the ways that you need. And yeah, women, guess what? You deserve to set the bar high. He needs to show up in a lot of ways as a man and as your husband. And if he's not, you're not going to feel safe and your nervous system is not going to feel safe. And if you force sex in that situation, your nervous system is going to keep that and it is going to create more disconnect between the two of you. And it's not going to be good. It's probably going to lead to the end of the relationship. So you have to check in with your body. If you fundamentally do not want to sleep with someone and you force yourself to sleep with somebody, that is and I hate this word, but I don't have a better one at the moment. It is going to be traumatic and your body's going to remember it and you're never going to want him to touch you again. So you have to check in. And if you have a guy that it's that simple, he's going to just go cheat because he's not getting it for a couple months because you just had a baby, well, fuck him, honestly. But if it's you weaponizing it, that's also not good. Where I will say the hypocrisy exists is I guarantee that, and I'm pretty sure I've seen clips of Andrew speak on this, is if a woman cheats or if she's unfaithful because her man's not showing up in whatever way, then he should just leave her, right? So a guy's allowed to exit the relationship and her behavior is never justifiable. If she cheats, it's never okay. If he cheats, nothing but compassion, she deserved it. So just super hypocritical. Duty sex is terrible, but also don't weaponize it. So it's a this and thing, and you have to check in with it. And I'm curious how long any of these people have been married and how many children they have and how happy they are, because there's also this idea that no matter what, you have to stay in a relationship, especially if there's kids. And I don't know that that's true. I think that they deserve to see their parents in love. And if you can't make that happen, I think there are way worse things by sticking it out for the kids. That's something I've kind of come around on as well. So I don't know. I hate this person so bad. We were actually supposed to go, me and a friend go on the show. I don't think it's going to happen because we did some due diligence and they in the past have brought on a Navy SEAL. He flies all the way to Northern California to do the show. Knock, knock. Actually, we don't want to have you on. And it's because if you bring on a man, especially an alpha, these guys cannot stand it. They cannot stand it. All they want to do is sit across from women and bully them and badger them and dunk on them. And it's just an excuse to exercise actual sexism. And I don't use that word a lot because I don't think that it is as prevalent as it used to be and as much of a problem. But with this community, it absolutely is. Please don't get your relationship advice from there. Like, look for healthy, healed, whole, masculine role models. This is not it. If you are blaming half of the population for all of your problems and the answer is it's always just women, it's always just e-girls, it's always whatever, you might be the problem, buddy. So yeah, we are probably not going to do the show. It was going to happen, but I don't think it's meant to be. Hopefully this gets out late tonight. It is Hallows Eve. Everybody, sorry for this bootleg clip. I just got back from trick-or-treating. I guess the audio cut out. I'm going to be live on InfoWars with the one and only Alex Jones. This is my Super Bowl. I don't know what time slot I have yet, so just keep checking my social media. I will let you know as soon as I know. But join me on InfoWars. It is going to be epic. I cannot wait. And do I dress up or down? I think I'm going up like a hot Megyn Kelly kind of vibe, but let me know in the comments what you think I should wear, and I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.